Hey, what's going on? This is Nice Turtles, otherwise known as Jace. Um, doing a basking area video for 50 subscribers, building a new basking area. So this was the old one. There was a lot of problems with this one. Few things. It was the PVC was too flimsy, and I didn't cement it in, so it would move around a lot, and the turtles could move it. So decided to make one out of a 3/4 inch PVC and actually cement it in. And it doesn't have legs. It's a hang on the side or hang on the back style. That's all. Everything you needed to make it. I think it was like 8 T's, eight of the 90-degree elbow, three-way elbow, and then a whole bunch of the 90-degree elbows. the At this point, I'm using primer to prime all the PVC fittings and the tubes. I had cut it that day and was constantly fitting it to make sure I could fit either the egg crate in between or the. I was supposed to put these tile. See that tile there that I'm working on? I was planning to put two of those tiles down on top of the egg crate and the tubes, so that they could bask on top of the tubes. But when I realized how heavy the tiles were, there was no way that it was going to stay up there with dry fitted hooks. So instead, I just left it egg crate because it would have fell over or disconnected. So here I'm. Let's see what's going on here. I'm just systematically making each piece. The first pieces I were making were the hooks that go on the edge of the tank, and then the next thing that I'm making is the ramps. So notice there's like a little piece of PVC sticking out of that T right there on the top there. That I didn't want to cement that in because I want to adjust the levels that the ramp is depending on how steep the water is or the water level. I want the ramp to go deeper if I have to. So that side, that is only dry fitted. Everything else is cemented in place. The only other piece that is dry fitted as well are the hooks, because I want them to be able to lock in place, which requires them to pivot to grab onto the edge. It's quite a long process. These ramps here, it's the same design that I had from the previous basking area, but with thicker PVC, because the other one, the turtles could knock it down a little bit. The half-inch PVC is way weaker and more flimsy than this 3/4 inch, and especially when it's cemented in, it's really strong. I was making it on the kitchen floor midday. So I remember watching the Pond Diggers, Eric Triplet, I think his name is, the Pond Digger. When he would make his ponds, he would use this primer to prime all the PVC. So I was trying to use his method. And if you want to make sure that the PVC is actually flat, you use the fittings and a flat surface to align the PVC fittings. So you press it in and you twist it a little, give it a little twist, and then you press it in where you want, and then you adjust it with the flat surface, which is what the tile's for. Right there, I'm just adjusting it there. I'll do it to every single piece to make sure everything is true and sitting at real 90-degree angles. Oh, I mean, it's nothing's that precise, but good. It's good enough. This here that I'm working on, since I have the ramps created already, and the hooks created at this point. This part is the low water area. So I when I was using those like straw versions of those lizard loungers inside the water, it was good, but they would release tannins because they're organic, which turned the water yellow. So not only that, it was like rotting in place, and the turtles would things would get caught in it basically, and it would rot, turn the water yellow. So I wanted to find an alternate solution to have a low level water area, but also where it doesn't rot and leach into the water. So I came up with this idea. I mean, it's not like my idea. That if you've seen turtle toppers, they have a little area underneath where the turtle can sit. I was replicating that, but in this homemade PVC version. All the PVC has this print on it. I tried to make it so that all the print was facing one direction, so that the entire basking area would appear white. But I messed up somewhere along the line, and one piece is actually showing forward. And I know exactly what happened. I screwed up somewhere around the end at the last part. I installed one piece upside down, so I had to go back and fix it. And when I did, when I flipped it 180, it flipped the print in front too. You'll see it when we get closer, but that's poor planning on my part, or carelessness. Right here at this point, the low-level water area is set up, so I'm attaching the basking area with the ramp connected to it, and this other part I'm doing the same thing except for to the other side. So I'm first going to dry fit the ramp onto the two holders on the side. Then after the two holders on the side, I'm gonna stick the two prongs or the two pipes out into the basking area, or low level water area's basking portion. Then there's those 4 pipes in the distance back there. Those 4 pipes are to be fitted into the upside down 90-degree like 3-way elbows, so that it can hang from the side of the tank. I'll show you guys real soon. So this is like about, I would say about 80% complete at this point. So for the most part, I should have moved the camera up, but it is where it is. The other people didn't want to get filmed, so I had to do what I had to. I'm priming up the pieces, and this part is almost done. I did not film the breaking of the egg crate because I totally forgot to set up the camera, but there are a lot of people who have done videos on breaking egg crate. The one that I learned from was Bowery Bob, who keeps musk turtles. But you basically just take it, place it on a hard surface, and then you use something hard and metal to break it down, and then you break off the little pieces, the remnants of the pieces that you broke, so that it's smooth. There you go. You can see what it looks like when it's hanging off the sides there. The basking area on top, the low-level water area over on there. This is the dry. Well, it's not a dry fit, but this is just a test fit to see if everything works. So you see there, that is the basking area, the ramps, and then the low-level area there. And then next short clip right here is this is when I installed the egg crate with the tile up there, but I removed the tile because it was too heavy. So this is what it looks like when I just put it in. Then I did a water change and everything got all cloudy. But the water got cloudy, and then I had to clean the filters, and then they got cloudy again. So I cleaned the filters, and then I let it run for a little bit, and the water got a little clear. Still not crystal clear yet, but it had been like 8 months since the last time I cleaned the filters. So, as you can see, the turtles use the basking area and the low-level water area. When I noticed that the big turtles are the only ones that could stand there, so I went and bought this log thing. Could have been anything, but I bought that little log cave thing in there. I didn't want anything that they could get stuck in, so I bought that one, placed it there so that the smaller turtles can sit there if they want to at night, because that's where most of them sleep, either in the fake plastic plants or on that little low level area, and also on the ramps. Some turtles sleep all the way outside on the basking area too. But just like 30 minutes after installing, they're already climbing up there and exploring. They got their cuddle bone back there. So here in this scene, you can see Haku is up there. Haku, he loves basking. He's probably my favorite of the entire set of turtles. Just look at him. He's got his sharp little nose, and he just sits there. Is that not the coolest? Look at him. Sometimes me and him just stare at each other for like 10 minutes straight. And he always puts his head straight up. He's like, "What's up? Got food?" And there's that pipe there, the one that I got flipped. That's my fault. But everything else you can see is white. I try to make it so that all the barcodes and all the print are on the opposite side that you can't see. But that one pipe. Oh yeah, another thing. The piping, the primer, it doesn't come off the pipes, so be careful. You notice the purples everywhere? That's the primer. That's it for today. Like, comment, subscribe. If you like turtles, like to talk turtles, I'm always here. Thank you.